From a building that can get louder than almost any in the National Football League, this is GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium. It's one of the happiest moments for any football fan. A new season is officially underway. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. The drive will start with a run by Charbonnet. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Yellow.
Here's 2nd and 11. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
First, you try to run it. Second, you try to throw it. And both times, you end up behind your own line of scrimmage. Break out the coffee along the sideline. Get everybody a dose of caffeine because one side came to play and the other better wake up.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Ball taken in at the 36. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And it's going to be Bears football. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Williams on the play action. He rolls to his right. That's complete to the sideline. Not a ton of room, but he does get the feet down.
Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket. It really does become, well, the schoolyard. And you got to scramble around. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
They motion the tight end over. Now here's DeAndre Swift on the ground. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know it from the position of the quarterback, Kate. Sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
3rd down, here's Williams. To the ground it goes, that's incomplete.
shows the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. That's grabbed at the 10. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And the Chiefs will get set to go on offense.
Yellow!
They fake the handoff. Now Mahomes. Buying some time right. That one's complete right side. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
Second and 6 coming up here.
Yellow!
They run. It's the rookie from UCLA. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Good defense tackles in this league, Kate. They can take up a couple blockers. Great defensive tackles. Well, they stuff the stat sheet just like that, knocking that run backwards before it could get started.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7.
Buy down these two.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Hauled in by Worthy. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
New set of downs for him at the 38.
Right.
Throwing on 1st down, Mahomes. He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs take a 6-0 lead in the 1st quarter. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. Butker with the extra point. And the Chiefs take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1-for-1. Butker on now to kick this one away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's Swift to start the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now.
60 Eagle. Go.
From the 37. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he gets it down to the 35 before stepping out. He picks up 28 on the play. And that's good for a Bears 1st down. They're set up at the 35 now. First down, here's Swift. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's a Chicago 1st down. Staying grounded with Swift. It is charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Here's Swift on 2nd down. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the carry, though. It's 3rd and 7 now.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Working from the gun, Williams. That's caught for the first. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your...
And he's in for the touchdown. The Bears will each pay dirt for the first time this game. Caleb Williams, the touchdown on a quarterback sneak to the end zone. And he does not tie this game. His extra points off. They remain down by 1. Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Yellow.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock. It is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
A strong 9-yard effort there, Brock, and it brings up 3rd and 1. We're through 1 quarter of this opening weekend of football. We've got a close one here. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. About set for the second quarter. Chiefs football here. They'll have an easy 3rd and 1.
Come back.
Another carry for Charbonnet. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
First down, and they go right back to it. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
I think this is the part where they run away, Kate. As in run away from that monster. He's just too strong a presence to try to block them inside, and that time, it cost him some yards.
Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Yellow.
Now a pass play. Here's Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
3rd and long for Mahomes. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson has it. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. But we all know getting the interception is the important thing, Brock. But how about this guy having the wherewithal to transition into a really nice return to then get the touchdown out of it, too?
Yeah, that's a great point. We talk about it with receivers, right? Getting vertical right away after making a catch. Same thing for these defenders when they make a pick. They secure the football, sure. But instantly they go back to their offensive days. They want that touchdown, and they want a moment they won't forget.
Ooh, I love seeing this, Brock. They got surprised with the pick six, but they made absolutely sure there would not be another two added on.
Yeah, kind of the epitome of sudden change, especially on such short notice. Not a lot of time to get prepped on that sideline and get out there to defend the two-point play, but they did their job and limited the damage that came from that interception.
First and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, 57.
Mahomes trying again after the pick. This is hauled in by Ingram. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Good offenses, okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
We know how hard explosive plays can be in the NFL, and so often they come via the air. What a great help for the offense to find an explosive play on the ground. Well done.
And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long... reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Yellow.
They go play action. It's Mahomes. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. To the air, Mahomes. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Yellow.
Looking to throw Mahomes. Has it at the Touchdown, Kansas City! So, Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
Extra point by Butker is up and good. And the Chiefs take a slim 2-point lead. Butker on now to kick this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun to give to Swift. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Stopped on the play by Big Chris Jones. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Finds a seam down the middle. That one goes for 31 yards and a 1st down when all is said and done.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
New set of downs for him at the 38. 1st down, Williams. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know what I call that, Kate? Punch, and you took a punch, but then you countered right back. You give up a big play, massive play, but you don't hang your head. You come right back, you get a sack of your own, and you change the momentum as quickly as you can.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he reaches the 30 before going out of bounds.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Throwing with a blitz on the way. They can't connect as the coverage comes through. The 4th down stands.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
First and 10 now from the 30.
Yellow. Right side.
Now it's Mahomes. Hits him on the out route. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 38. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. Left side. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work. Tried connecting with Xavier Worthy there. But still plenty of options left on 3rd and short.
I mean, you could see it right there. The trajectory of the ball changed as it was in flight. You know, on shorter throws, receivers, they can focus, they can adjust quickly. But on a long-distance throw like that, a tip, well, it really alters the course of the ball and makes it so tough to make an adjustment in time.
Complete. It's Ingram. And And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10.
Yellow. Right side.
Throwing again, Mahomes. That's caught. Here's Zach Charbonnet. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. Now, that's a drop back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10.
Right on these two. Right side.
Again, Mahomes to throw. Pittman's got it. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
Right.
Back to the air, Mahomes. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs will add to their lead at the end of the half. All right, so this solid first half continues for them, Brock. They're into the end zone to extend their advantage.
And I think if you're a head coach, you've got to be very happy with the effort so far. You always preach about coming out strong, and they've been the ones dictating the tempo. As a result, they add to their lead.
Butker with the extra point. And the Chiefs push the lead to 2 scores now. Butker on now to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. They've got first down here, but just 18 seconds to work with. Out of the pistol, Williams. Throw left side, complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
He throws a bullet to the into a ton of traffic, and this one's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to have it, and he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 69.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Running with Swift out of the gun. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
He's got him, that's Swift. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Chicago brings out the punting unit. And he's getting the call for the second time this game. And he got under this one, but it's going nowhere, almost straight up into the air. And it'll be touchdown a little before the 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Yellow.
Trying the left side with Charbonnet. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know, for pitchers, you'll hear them say, gosh, you got to pitch this guy backwards. For defenses, you got to do the same at times, Kate. You just can't always run it on first. You got to mix in some high-percentage pass plays. Otherwise, you're going to get hit right in the face for a loss just like that.
All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Right side.
Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, let's give some credit to the defense here, Kate, right? We talk about explosive plays. Every offense is looking for them. But when a defense can go back-to-back, Jack, with the tackle for loss and a sack, well, they're more than doing their job.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. He's got the hook up to Ingram. And he'll get it up to the 27.
I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is because that QB and tight ends, they got that ball out in a hurry.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Call that punt a 52-yard effort. And they're going to take over possession. Running behind center with Swift. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. Going run again with Swift. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one.
Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down. Punting muted out now. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Yellow.
On the counter, it's Charbonnet. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Sent to the ground by Austin Booker. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Short pass brought in. And that will not be enough for a first down.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Yellow.
Blitz coming, Mahomes. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Not on the same page with his tight end. And that brings up 4th and short. Kansas City sends out its punt team. And they could really use a good one here. Tried getting creative, but the coverage team read it all the way. This return loses yards. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. A give right side for Swift. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, once we saw them on a collision course with one another, we know how inertia works. The bigger man, he wins.
Out of the gun, here's Williams. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Williams with 3rd and long. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Couldn't find DJ Moore on that throw. So that brings up 4th and long.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Has it at the 37. And he gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield. Nice 12-yard pickup on the return. And it's going to be their football coming up. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. This is Charbonnet heading right. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Has the connection to Jones. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's Chiefs football trying to carry this lead across the finish line. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
Yellow.
They send a tight end in motion. On 1st down, this is Charbonnet. And the power play up the gun only results in 2 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Yellow.
From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the carry, though. It's 3rd and 7 now.
Well, that's a tough one because you could see the beginnings of what looked like an explosive play. But let's give some credit here, Kate, to the defense. A great job to bottle them up before it came to fruition.
And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on third down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. Fourth down coming up.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
So on fourth down, the Chiefs field goal unit and Harrison Butker headed out. This a 48-yard look for him. Up and good from Blankenship. And that grows their lead to 12.
Those 3 points could go a long way to securing this W. Makes it a lot more comfortable knowing the other side's got to score a couple touchdowns now. Touchdown to field goals, not going to get it done anymore.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now an inside handoff to Swift. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Working from the gun, Williams. On the move, headed right. On the run right, throwing deep down. That's complete inside the 35. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instinct come to life.
2nd and 10 now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut.
Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Chiefs will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
The drive will start with a run by Charbonnet. And there's a sign of life from the ground game. He's forward with a nice pickup. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's a middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
3rd and just 2 to go. Looking to throw Mahomes. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he goes out. Just needed one more step there to reach midfield. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps the drive moving.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
Yellow, yellow. 15.
From the gun, Charbonnet gets it. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
That's a pretty good stop on first down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Yellow.
Now a pass play. Here's Mahomes. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Here's Mahomes now. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up. This one intended for the running back. And that brings up fourth and long. The Chiefs bringing out their punt team. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And this is a worm burner. He did not hit that one well. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. Officially an even 40 yards on the punt. And it's going to be Bears football. All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning. First down, Williams. Completed over the middle. And he didn't get much time to secure it as he takes a shot. Good job to even hang on through that catch there. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. From the 31. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Now throw in the direction of DJ Moore. And that leaves him with third and short.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long. And it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
Here he is to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
First down throw by Williams. Escapes the pocket. This one falls incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it sets up second down.
Well, that throw just got away from the quarterback a little bit. I'll tell you this. I do love the escapability. I mean, it is such a key in today's game of football, really at any level. Some tough circumstances, though, to try and complete that one down the field.
That one's caught along the left sideline. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw when you throw it that deep outside the numbers that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Sticking in the air, it's Williams. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Bears trying to get everyone set. They're going quickly here. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And he's out in the clear. And the Chiefs will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
You know, I can still hear the call all the way up in the booth. Okie, Okie! That's what that whole defense screams after an interception, and you see everybody getting involved. That nearly went for a house call. Just an incredible effort by that offense to run it down, but even with that, they will take that Okie any day. What a huge pick in return for that defense.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Charbonnet. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. The Bears decide to call their first timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Yellow.
On second down, a run with Charbonnet. And he's going to run this one well into the red zone to the 14. Timeout Chicago. It uses its second. And they'll have just one left to burn now.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Charbonnet on the toss. And he's brought down for a loss. The defense takes its third and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you can be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside. That kick, well, it throws a roadblock up on some of the remaining avenues to get back in this game and really leaves only one remaining. It's going to take 2 touchdowns if they want a shot at it. And we know those odds, they're getting pretty long.
And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. They take a knee and their season has begun exactly how they wanted it to, with a win. So score this a win for the Chiefs. And they're one of the fortunate teams to begin the season with a 1-0 record.